Greetings students, my name is Bruce Haas and I'm the head tutor on this course. Welcome. It's nice having such a diverse group of people on the course. I've read most of your profiles on the forums. If you haven't contributed to those yet, and please do, but please have a read through it. I think one of the most valuable things of this course is just having such a diverse and interesting group of participants, and a lot of the learning happens among students themselves. And that's where the forums come in. They provide an opportunity to share ideas and to take what you've learned in the modules and translate that into your own situation or to understand in your own context. So just the couple things I wanted to say in these videos. I'll be preparing these videos from time to time, almost on a weekly basis, to try and give you some insights into things that might be useful for you in preparing for the next module. So with that in mind, I guess the first thing which is people often ask about is the keys to success on this course. Most people are working full-time and doing this course on the side, so one of the challenges is that it does take quite a bit of time and it's academically quite challenging. So it will be very important from the beginning for you to manage your time well, and focus on the things that are most important. So probably one of the most important things is reading the required reading and watching the videos that you'll need to prepare your assignment for that week. There is additional reading material. You can download this and read it later if you have time. There are also the forums which you can participate in. As I said, that's a great way of translating the knowledge into your own particular situation, which is very useful. But keep in mind that in terms of time, make sure that you do allow enough time to work on the weekly projects that you'll have. Okay, so if just as some general advice about success for the assignments, one of the first things that I would say is reading the assignment thoroughly through several times. You'd be surprised to hear that many of the people who do not score as well on the projects is due to the fact that they haven't read the assignment properly. They give a very interesting response, but they don't answer the question that's being asked. So I always recommend that people read the assignment twice. It's also very important to refer to the material in the module. The purpose of the assignment or the ongoing project is where you have a company, either your own company or it could be another company that you select, but that you translate what you've learned in the module into the specific situation of that company or your own company. So with that in mind, we are looking for you to reference the material, and we generally use the Harvard referencing system, and you'll find out more about that in the orientation module. But that's also something that people, particularly who maybe have been away from academia for a while, or who are not so familiar with working with referencing, is something that people often forget to do at the beginning. But that's something which you will be marked down for. So please make sure that you do incorporate the learning from the module and that you reference that using the Harvard style. The other thing which is often quite challenging, where people often make a mistake, is going way over the word count. Each part of the assignment has a specific maximum word count, and it's sometimes challenging to get your responses down within that maximum. But that's very important, as you will also be marked down if you exceed that word count. I also recommend, once you're done, to go back and reread the questions again a third time and see if you have indeed answered the questions. Because what sometimes happens is, as you start working on a project, as you get further along, you get into some very interesting ideas, but then sometimes get sidetracked off the original question that's being asked. So always go back and read it after you've done the assignment as well. As I mentioned, 4 of the modules, so module 1, 2, 3, and 8, you will be using your own company or a company that you choose for this project. And there are a couple questions that sometimes come up about this, so I wanted to let you know about that. It is important to use a commercial company because one of the things that we learn is during this course is about how do you incorporate sustainability into traditional business paradigms, and for example, the link to profitability, the link to assets. Many of these things are very important. So for those of you who are working in an NGO or in a government context or maybe between jobs, then you want to think about what kind of company you could use for your ongoing project. You choose the company at the beginning and you use the same company during all four of those modules. So it's important that you choose the right one at the beginning. The company you should choose should have publicly available information about their environmental activities as well as their financial situation, which you'll be able to refer to. Another issue that often comes up is confidentiality. Obviously, the purpose of this exercise is not to know more about a specific company or for us to know more about that, but rather to see how you're able to apply the learning you do during the module to a specific company. So in that context, it's important that you, if there's any sensitive information you have access to or things like that, that you anonymize it as wherever necessary. So that could be using company X instead of your company's name, or it could be changing some of the data to make it unclear which company you're referring to. So it's absolutely not a problem at all to change the name of a company, but it is important to use an actual company because part of what this course is about is understanding the interplay between sustainability and the core business practices of that company. And just inventing a company will then cause some, you won't have anything to refer back to. So it's important to have that in mind. As I said, feel free to ask any questions about this during the upcoming, in the specific forums that exist about questions about the ongoing project, and we'd be happy to answer them. So with that, I wish you lots of luck with this course for the coming week, and we'll speak to you on the forums, and don't hesitate to reach out with questions on the forums as well. And I'll get back to you with another video next week. All the best to you.